I felt you the moment you arrived, beloved soul. I felt the thin, trembling thread of your hope reaching into this moment, and I swear to you, heaven exhaled because you clicked. Yes, thank you for coming. I mean that with every shard of light still burning in me, because if you had turned away tonight, the secret that waited for you at the final breath of this message would have sealed itself forever. Do not leave now. Not when the veil is this thin. Not when I have broken through fire and shadow just to speak to you. I am Michael, and I speak not from a throne, but from the trembling place between your heartbeat and the silence that has followed you for too long. I speak vulnerably now, to you alone. I have watched you stand in battles no one else saw. I have watched you rise when your spirit had every right to collapse, and I want you to know, before anything else, that heaven noticed you. I noticed you. There is something I must tell you, and I am shaking with urgency as I say it. You cannot turn away, not even for a breath, because the miracle written for you is timed like a falling star that burns out if no one looks up in the exact second. I am here because something has been circling your spirit, something born of your past wounds, something that thought it could claim you in the quiet. And before I tear it away, before I press light back into the places that feel hollow, I must ask you, are you ready to hear what has been trying to reach you since the hour you first learned to break? Are you ready to be seen? Are you ready to be undone only so you can be rebuilt? Tell me, beloved soul, what weight have you been carrying in silence? Tell me, who taught you to doubt your own worth? Tell me, why do you give your strength to those who never learned how to hold you? Tell me, what part of you still believes you must earn the love that was always yours? I hear your answers even if your lips never move. And as you speak in the secret places of your heart, the words of the psalm rise in me like breath. He is near to the brokenhearted, he saves those crushed in spirit. I feel that truth wrapping around you now, not as scripture, but as warmth, as presence, as undeniable reality. There is light being poured over you in this moment, raw, fierce, gentle as dawn. And Isaiah's voice echoes through mine like fire through crystal. No weapon formed against you will stand, and I speak it not as a quote but as a promise I etch into the air around your name. If you feel your chest tightening, if you feel your eyes stinging, it is because heaven is closer than you have allowed yourself to believe. I am closer. Beloved soul, type Amen as a sign that you are willing to receive this. Only once. Only if your heart trembles with recognition. And as this river of prophecy flows, hear me with the softness I rarely show. If these words touch even the smallest corner of you, let your voice be heard. Offer your heart in the comments, let your light rise in the likes, let your spirit join us in the quiet act of subscribing to the promise that you will not walk another night unseen. I thank you, oh, I thank you, with a depth that shakes even me. Thank you for listening, for staying, for letting these wings touch the edges of your ache. Thank you for giving me these few fragile moments with you. You don't know how long heaven has waited for this. And now, beloved soul, as this message trembles toward its final breath, I send you a last whisper, raw, unguarded, carved from every battle I have ever fought for you. Hold nothing back anymore. Let the chains remember your name and tremble. Let the darkness see your rising and scatter. Let the dawn learn from your courage. And if you feel my presence now, even faintly, then know this. This is not the end. This is the moment the sky itself leans in, breathless, waiting for you to rise. Do you feel it, beloved soul? Do you feel how the air thickens around you when truth approaches? Do you feel the way your spirit tilts, almost leaning out of your own chest, trying to reach the sound of my voice as though it remembers me from before you learned to speak? Do not question that sensation. It is memory. It is recognition. It is your soul remembering what it once knew before pain taught you to forget. I have not stopped watching you, not for a single hour, not for a single breath. Even in the nights when you believed no one saw you, when you curled your heart inward like a wounded flower, when you tried to convince yourself that your tears didn't matter, I saw you. I saw every single one. And I tell you this with the blazing honesty of an angel who can no longer keep silence. None of your pain was pointless. None of your scars were wasted. None of your broken pieces failed heaven. You survived things that should have shattered you forever. Do you hear me? You survived. You walked through fire with no one to hold your hand and you still reached for the light. You kept moving when your knees trembled and your soul felt thin as paper. You kept trying to love even after the world taught you every reason not to. And the heavens are still in awe of you for it. But listen more closely, listen to the quiver in my voice. I am not speaking to you from a throne of certainty. I am speaking to you from the battlefield that surrounds your name, from the clash of shadows that have followed you for years. I am speaking as one who is fighting for you in this very moment. Every breath I take as I speak to you comes from the front lines of a war you do not see. You wonder why your heart feels heavy sometimes for no reason. You wonder why your sleep is restless even when your body is exhausted. You wonder why you feel watched, pulled, drained, or suddenly hopeless like the ground under you shifted. It is not imagination. It is not weakness. It is not your fault. There are forces that have studied your wounds, memorized your insecurities, and whispered lies in the places you never learned to guard. They come not because you are weak, but because you are dangerous, dangerous to darkness, dangerous to despair, dangerous to everything that thrives on brokenness. And I have been fighting them. Not as your master, never. Not as your judge, never. But as your guardian and your witness. You may not feel worthy of divine protection. You may not feel like someone an archangel would fight for. But you must understand, heaven does not choose based on perfection. Heaven chooses based on purpose. And your purpose burns like a star in the unseen world. But before I tear open the next veil, before I put light into the corners you've been afraid to look at, I need to ask you something, soul to soul, light to light. Do you know how precious you truly are? Do you know how fiercely the universe shifted the day you were born? Do you know how much power sleeps in the wounds you hate? Do you know how deeply you are loved, beyond religion, beyond fear, beyond every mistake you think disqualifies you? Your answer does not need to be spoken aloud. I already feel it vibrating through you. Some part of you wants to believe me, but another part, the wounded part, the betrayed part, the tired part, is afraid. Afraid to trust again. Afraid to hope again. Afraid that if you open your heart even an inch, it will break all over again. Oh, beloved soul. I know. I know. I know. And this is why I speak to you with trembling wings rather than thunder. This is why my voice quivers with emotion instead of command. This is why I lower my sword and raise my hands open and empty before you, to show you, I mean you no harm. I want nothing from you except your healing. Your peace. Your rising. But there is something you must understand now, something urgent. The heaviness you've been feeling lately is not because you're failing, it's because you're on the edge of transformation. Darkness always rises when a soul is about to level into a higher realm of purpose. Shadows cling hardest right before dawn breaks. Do not misinterpret your exhaustion as defeat, your spirit is shedding old chains. Do not misinterpret your loneliness, heaven has been isolating you from what cannot go with you into the next chapter. Do not misinterpret your doubts, they are the last tremors of an old identity breaking apart. You are not falling apart. You are being remade. And I feel the shift inside you even now. I feel the old fears loosening. I feel the grief you've carried for too long finally beginning to exhale. I feel the lies you believed about yourself cracking like old stone beneath the rising tide of truth. Let that happen. Let it rise. Let it burn. Let it break. Let it free you. You were never meant to live in the shadows cast by your past. You were meant to stand in a light so fierce, so steady, so unmistakably your own that even angels pause to witness it. And as that light awakens, I must speak something that may shake you. It shakes even me to say it, but you deserve to hear it now, without fear, without translation. You were chosen. Not for suffering. Not for abandonment. Not for endless striving. But for impact. You are meant to be a voice, a presence, a force. You are meant to change the atmosphere of every room you walk into. You are meant to heal others simply by existing. You are meant to carry a kind of light that terrifies darkness and comforts the broken. And yes, it has made you a target. But it has also made you unstoppable. And I am here, still here, always here, to walk with you as you rise. If you want me to continue this holy flow, this trembling river of prophecy, this living message that refuses to end. Do you feel the air shifting around you now, beloved soul? The way something unseen leans closer, as though the very atmosphere is listening with you. That is not imagination. That is not poetic metaphor. That is the realm beyond yours bending near, reaching, holding its breath because you are still here, still listening, still letting these words enter the deepest chambers of your heart. You cannot imagine how rare that is. How many souls turn away from the call the moment it becomes intimate, the moment it reaches the wounded places they've buried. But you stayed. You are still here. And heaven takes notice of souls who stay. There is something I need you to know, something I have waited a long time to pour into your spirit. And I speak it gently, softly, like placing light into cupped hands. You have no idea how much you've already overcome. You think your battles were signs of weakness. But they were signs of strength. You think your tears were failures. But they were baptisms in disguise. You think the loneliness meant you were forgotten. But it meant heaven was clearing the room. You think the pain meant you were breaking. But it meant something ancient and heavy was being lifted out of you. You think the waiting meant life was passing you by. But it meant divine timing was protecting you. You have been in a season that felt like silence, but I tell you, nothing was silent. Nothing was empty. Nothing was wasted. Every moment you thought was meaningless was actually seed. Every delay was alignment. Every heartbreak was redirection. Every ending was protection. Every closed door was mercy disguised as disappointment. If you only knew the storms you were saved from, the betrayals you were shielded from, the disasters that were rerouted around you, you would fall to your knees right now in awe of how deeply you have been carried. And you have been carried, beloved soul. Even when you pushed everyone away. Even when you felt unworthy. Even when you shouted that you were fine while breaking internally. Even when you pretended not to need help. Even when you convinced yourself no one cared. I cared. I watched. I guarded. I waited. I stayed. Even when you thought you didn't deserve anything divine, I stayed. And now the air shivers because what I must speak next is heavy with truth, heavy with destiny, heavy with the kind of revelation that changes the trajectory of a soul. Listen carefully, for this is not a message for crowds or multitudes, this is for you. Only you. I speak it with a trembling that comes from urgency and love entwined. You are standing at the threshold of a transformation so vast that the shadows around you have begun to panic. Yes, panic. Not because you are weak, but because you are dangerous to everything that once wounded you. Dangerous to every lie you ever believed. Dangerous to every low place you once settled for. Dangerous to darkness itself. The more your spirit wakes, the more the old chains tighten. That is why the past has been trying to pull you back. That is why old memories have been resurfacing. That is why old insecurities have whispered louder. That is why old fears have crawled out of the cracks of your mind. It is the final resistance before your rising. And I speak to the storm inside you now with a voice that carries the echo of eternity. You are not going back. Not to old pain. Not to old patterns. Not to old identities. Not to old versions of yourself that were built for survival instead of purpose. You are shedding. You are awakening. You are rising. And I say this with all the fire in me. You are not who the past says you are. You are not who your wounds say you are. You are not who your fears say you are. You are not who your failures say you are. You are who destiny says you are. You are who light says you are. You are who I say you are. And I see you as glorious. But there is something else I must reveal. Something deeper. Something that presses against the walls of my voice with holy urgency. There is a part of you, hidden, frightened, quiet, that still believes you must apologize for existing. There is a part of you that thinks you are too much or not enough. There is a part of you that believes love must be earned, that peace must be deserved, that joy must be justified. But hear me, beloved soul, hear me with the clarity of thunder and the tenderness of morning light. You were never meant to apologize for being alive. Your existence was not an accident. Your breath was not a mistake. Your heart was not a coincidence. Your presence was not luck. Your purpose was not random. You were formed with intention. You were crafted with meaning. You were woven with destiny. You are needed. More than you know. More than you believe. More than you feel. The world has tried to dim you. People have tried to shrink you. Circumstances have tried to break you. Fear has tried to silence you. But nothing has succeeded. You are still here. Still breathing. Still seeking. Still listening. Still rising. Do you understand how powerful that makes you? Do you understand why darkness feared you before you even knew your own name? Do you understand why the battles were so fierce? Because heaven invested greatness in you. Because light anticipated your awakening. Because destiny recognized your potential. Because your soul carries a fire older than your wounds. And now that fire is igniting. Slowly, beautifully, inevitably. Do not resist it. Do not question it. Do not shrink from it. Step into it. Let it burn what was never meant to stay. Let it illuminate what was kept from you. Let it heal what you thought was beyond repair. Let it awaken what has slept for too long. I am still with you. Still speaking. Still guarding. Still guiding. And when you are ready for the next wave of prophecy, the next surge of revelation, the next trembling rise of truth. Yes, I feel you leaning closer. I feel your spirit opening like a window after too many seasons shut tight. I feel the ache you've been carrying begin to stir, begin to loosen, as if it finally dares to believe these words might be meant for you, not for someone stronger, not for someone holier, not for someone more deserving, but you, exactly as you are right now, wounded and radiant and tired and still trying. Do not hide that trembling you feel. Do not swallow it. Do not apologize for it. Your trembling is holy. Your trembling means your soul recognizes my voice, not because I am greater than you, but because I remember you from before the world taught you to fear yourself. You have forgotten the truth of your own creation. Let me speak it to you now. When you were formed, heaven did not whisper. Heaven erupted. Light bowed. Darkness recoiled. Destiny leaned forward. And every power in existence felt the shockwave of you arriving. You do not understand the magnitude of your birth. You do not remember the sound your soul made when it entered this world. You do not realize the way your spirit lit up realms beyond your own. But I do. I saw it. I felt it. I carry the memory of it even now. And that is why I speak to you with such urgency, with a voice that trembles as though it carries the weight of universes. Because the world has tried to convince you that you are small, that you are ordinary, that you are replaceable. And I cannot bear the thought of you believing that lie even one moment longer. You are not small. You are not ordinary. You are not replaceable. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not overlooked. You are, in truth, a force disguised as a person. And the disguise has lasted long enough. Your soul is remembering itself. I feel it, like a locked door trembling against its hinges. You have felt it too, haven't you? Those strange moments when you feel bigger than your fear, when something inside you pushes upward, when you feel almost too alive for your own skin. Those flashes of awareness where you suddenly sense that you were made for more than survival. You weren't imagining that. That was your spirit rising against the gravity of your past. And now you are crossing into the awakening that no shadow wanted you to reach. Do you understand why the battles intensified recently? Do you understand why old wounds tore open again? Do you understand why exhaustion wrapped around your heart like a chain? Do you understand why discouragement crept in even when you were doing everything right? Because you are close. So close that darkness is terrified. So close that old energies have begun to unravel. So close that destiny has shifted into motion around you like storm winds gathering speed. Hear me. Everything that has risen against you in this season is actually evidence of how powerful you are becoming. You have been mistaking resistance for failure. But resistance is proof of progression. No wind pushes against what is standing still. You think you are stuck? No. You are moving, so fast and so fiercely that the forces around you are scrambling to keep up. Your spirit is outgrowing every limitation you've ever known. And I see it. I see you rising. I see you breaking through. I see you becoming something unstoppable. Your light is changing shape, sharpening, strengthening, expanding, widening like dawn across a battlefield. And the shadows around you feel it. They know their time is running out. They know they cannot hold a rising soul. They know they cannot anchor what heaven is lifting. That is why the pressure has been unbearable. That is why your emotions have been unpredictable. That is why your heart has felt pulled in two directions. That is why your mind has battled itself. That is why your strength has felt fragile. You are in the final contraction before rebirth. And I speak this next truth with fire in my breath. You are going to make it. Not barely. Not crawling. Not half alive. Not as the shadow of who you used to be. No. You will rise fully. You will rise fiercely. You will rise beautifully. You will rise whole. You will rise unchained. And when you do, even the wounds that once bled you dry will become the places light pours out of you. But listen. I feel something shifting around your name even now. Something unfolding. Something that was held back, waiting for the moment your spirit softened enough to receive it. I sense a truth pressing against the threshold of my voice, something urgent, something sacred, something that refuses to wait any longer. You have been carrying loneliness that does not belong to you. Yes. Sit with that. Let it sink into you like water into parched ground. That loneliness, the one that feels like a hollow ache beneath your ribs, the one that makes you feel separate even in a room full of people, the one that follows you into sleep and wakes with you in the morning, it is not yours. Not in the way you think. It is not evidence that you are unlovable. It is not proof that no one wants you. It is not a sign that you are meant to walk through life alone. It is not a reflection of your worth. It is not a punishment. It is not abandonment. It is a symptom of spiritual isolation that happens right before destiny recalibrates your entire path. Listen to me. The people who left you were not meant to stay. The people who misunderstood you were not meant to walk into your next chapter. The people who wounded you were not meant to shape your identity. The people who could not see your value were not meant to carry your heart. The people who took advantage of your kindness were not meant to sit at the table destiny is preparing for you. You were not losing people. You were losing illusions. And now your spirit is being prepared for connections that align with your calling, not your wounds. You are entering a circle where your light will not be too much. You are entering a season where love will not ask you to shrink. You are entering relationships where your heart will be honored, not used. You are entering spaces where your soul will be understood without explanation. You are entering chapters where you will not have to beg to be chosen. You are not meant to be alone. You are simply being separated for transformation. Your new life requires a new surrounding. Your new identity requires a new atmosphere. Your rising requires a clearing of the past. And now, beloved soul, you are almost through it. Almost out. Almost free. Your breakthrough is closer than your fear. Your rebirth is closer than your doubt. Your rising is closer than your weariness. Yes, beloved soul, I feel the way your heart leans toward this voice, the way your spirit braces as if preparing for something immense. And you are right to brace, right to breathe deeper now, right to pull this message closer, because what unfolds next is not a whisper, not a comfort, not even a revelation. It is an awakening. A remembering. A soul rising. Do not take that lightly. Souls do not rise softly. They rise through trembling. Through breaking. through shedding skins that no longer fit, through stepping out of the shadows they grew used to calling home. And you have lived in dimness for far too long. Not because you were meant for darkness, but because your light was waiting for the right moment to ignite without being extinguished. You have been protecting parts of yourself you did not realize were sacred. You have been hiding wounds that were meant to become portals of wisdom. You have been covering scars that were meant to shine like blessed armor. You have been shrinking gifts that were meant to transform everything you touch. But not anymore. Not now. Not after this moment. Do you feel the pressure building inside you? That strange, inexplicable heat beneath your ribs? That pull in your chest, like your soul is leaning toward a horizon it has never seen before? That is not emotion. It is recognition. Your spirit hears the call. Your destiny feels the shift. Your future is pulling you forward. And I, Michael, stand with you at the threshold of that shift. And I must tell you something I have waited years, yes, years, to speak. You have no idea how powerful your healing will be. Not just for yourself. For others. For people you haven't met yet. For places you haven't walked into yet. For battles you don't even know you will win. For hearts that will anchor themselves in your presence one day. You think your suffering was pointless. But your suffering taught you compassion. You think your silence was weakness. But your silence taught you how to listen. You think your heartbreak was senseless. But your heartbreak taught you how to love without cruelty. You think your pain was punishment. But your pain unlocked the strength that angels marvel at. Every wound you carry has a purpose. Every scar you bear holds a story. Every crack in your spirit is a place where light will enter and pour out. And now the time is approaching when that light will no longer stay inside you. It will move through you. It will touch others. It will change things. It will shift atmospheres. Because you were not created to simply survive. You were created to transform. But listen closely now, beloved soul. There is something deeper. Something heavier. Something that weighs upon my voice even as I speak. There is a part of you that is afraid of the power inside you. Yes. You have feared your own power. Feared your own intuition. Feared your own calling. Feared your own potential. Feared the magnitude of who you might become if you stopped holding yourself back. You have known since childhood that something in you was different. Bigger. Wider. More ancient than your years. More perceptive than your surroundings. More sensitive than the world knew how to hold. So you hid it. You buried it. You toned it down. You quieted yourself. You dimmed your own flame for the comfort of others. But you cannot dim yourself anymore. You cannot shrink in places where you were meant to expand. You cannot pretend to be small when heaven designed you to be vast. And so, beloved soul, I must ask you, gently, but with a force that shakes the air around your name. Why are you afraid of your own light? Why does your power intimidate you? Why do you run from opportunities that were sent to lift you? Why do you sabotage blessings before they arrive? Why do you believe you must earn the love that is already yours? You do not have to answer aloud. Your spirit answers before your thoughts do. And I hear the truth beneath the truth. You fear disappointment. You fear getting your hopes up again. You fear trusting your destiny only to feel abandoned again. You fear that rising will make you visible, and visibility opens the door to rejection. But I tell you, your rising will not lead to rejection. Your rising will lead to revelation. Revelation of your strength. Revelation of your worth. Revelation of your purpose. Revelation of who you truly are beneath the fears you inherited, the lies you believed, and the pain you survived. Do you feel how these words are stirring something ancient inside you? That is your soul remembering itself. Your soul is older than your wounds. Older than your doubts. Older than your mistakes. Older than the fears you learned. Older than the voices that crushed your confidence. Older than the shadows that stalked your childhood. Older than the grief that tried to bury you. Your soul is a flame that cannot be extinguished. Not by darkness. Not by trauma. Not by people who failed you. Not by seasons that broke you. Not by storms that swallowed whole chapters of your life. And now that flame is rising. Slowly at first. Then fiercely. Then inevitably. And as it rises, beloved soul, the chains that held you begin to lose their hold, not because you fought them, but because you outgrew them. This is what darkness feared. Not your suffering. Not your weakness. Not your despair. Darkness feared your becoming. And now the becoming is underway. Your intuition is sharpening. Your awareness is widening. Your spirit is waking. Your heart is softening. Your vision is clarifying. Your path is unfolding. Even now the realm around you shifts, subtle but undeniable, recognizing that you are stepping into a new frequency of existence. A higher frequency. A brighter frequency. A frequency where your past cannot follow you. And as I say these words, I feel the echo of an ancient truth rise in me, not as a scripture to recite, but as living breath. Though you walk through the valley of the shadow, you will not fear, for I am with you. Not as a quote. As a presence. As a reality. As a vow carved into light. And listen, hear this with reverence, beloved soul. When you pass through the waters, they will not drown you. When you walk through the fire, it will not consume you. Not because you are untouched by hardship, but because you are carried through it. And now, beloved soul, if you desire the next wave, because there is more, so much more. If you want this river to keep flowing. If you want Michael's voice to keep pouring fire and tenderness into your spirit. And still the river does not end, beloved soul, and still I lean closer, as though heaven itself is holding its breath so I can finish what I began inside your trembling spirit. I am not done speaking to you. No, not until every shadow loosens its teeth from your hope, not until every forgotten part of you rises again like dawn over wounded mountains. Listen, feel how my voice shakes now, how it grows raw, how the fire around me glows brighter the nearer I draw to the softest chambers of your heart. You do not even know how much light you are carrying. You walk your days thinking you are trying, thinking you are surviving, but I, Michael, see from the realm where truth is unclothed. Your soul is fighting battles that would break giants, and yet here you stand, listening, receiving, returning again to the sound of a messenger who refuses to give up on you. If you only knew how heaven watches you. If you only knew how many nights angels covered you gently with wings you never saw, nights when you thought you slept alone, nights when you thought no one noticed your quiet ache, nights when your chest felt like it could no longer rise because grief hung too heavy. Oh, I remember those nights. I remember every breath you forced yourself to take. I remember how you whispered prayers you were sure evaporated before reaching any kingdom. But they did not. They did not. I carried them myself into the throne room. I carried them with trembling hands, because even an archangel can tremble when holding a human soul's breaking place. And still I am not finished. You think you are small, but I tell you, you are the horizon heaven leans toward. You think you are lost, but I say, you walk with a light that disorients darkness. You think you are late, but eternity says you arrive now because now is when your fire is needed. And oh, how the fire inside you has been misunderstood. They saw your silence as emptiness, but heaven saw it as preparation. They saw your wounds as weakness, but heaven saw them as doorways where compassion could enter. They saw your heartbreak as ruin, but heaven saw it as fertile soil for miracles that cannot grow in unbroken ground. So listen again, beloved soul, my voice has become softer now, deeper, like thunder that has finally learned to whisper. I draw closer still because something inside you is beginning to shift, and I must be here for it. You don't feel it fully yet, but I see it like lightning rising inside a cloud. A change. A turning. A realignment of every shattered timeline you thought you lost. A holy rethreading of your story. And I must tell you this before anything else continues, you have survived things you were never supposed to survive without divine intervention. Do not underestimate what that means. Every time you said, I don't know how I'm still here, the answer was heaven. Every time you said, I should have been gone by now, the answer was protection. Every time you whispered, I'm tired, the answer was angels gathering around you in silence, asking God for strength to pour into your bones. Yes, you are here for a reason. And the river flows on. I see the ache you never name. I see the dream that keeps trying to breathe inside you even when you keep telling it, not now. I see the love you carry even when you're afraid no one will ever recognize its worth. I see the years you lost, the friendships that drifted away, the hearts that betrayed you, the moments you thought, maybe I'm just not meant for joy. Oh, soul, if only you knew how wrong that whisper is. Joy is marked into your destiny like constellations carved into midnight. You were made for more than surviving storms, you were made to change the weather. Still I speak. Still I pour. Still I walk beside your heart as though walking through sacred ruins, touching broken pillars that glow at my fingertips because they remember who you truly are. There is more, so much more. A stretch of prophecy that must reach your spirit before the shadows surrounding you realize what is happening. Before fear tries to pull you back into silence. Before old wounds try to remind you of lies you once believed. I am not letting you fall back. Not now. Not when you're this close to rising into a life that has been waiting for you since the beginning. You feel something in your chest, don't you? That faint trembling? That quiet heat building like a dawn caught under your ribs? Don't run from it. That is heaven touching you. That is God stirring waters in you that have been still for far too long. That is the Spirit whispering through old prophecy, not as ancient words but as living breath brushing against the inside of your soul. And still the river widens. Let me stay here. Let me speak into the parts of you that still flinch. The parts that still expect abandonment. The parts that still don't believe they are worthy of miracles. I know those parts. I know them intimately, because I have guarded them longer than you have known they existed. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Even the nights you said, where are you? I was right there whispering, hold on. Morning is coming. Even when you doubted your worth, heaven never wavered in its affection for you. Even when you thought your prayers were empty, they reshaped kingdoms. I must continue. I must keep going. This is not over until the fear that has stalked you finally breaks. You don't even understand how close you are to a breakthrough. You keep expecting destruction, but what is approaching is deliverance. You keep expecting disappointment, but what is forming is destiny. You think doors have been closing against you, but heaven has been sealing the wrong one so the right one can burn open. And beloved soul, I need you to breathe now. Deep. Slow. As though drawing eternity into your lungs. Because the next words I speak must anchor into every trembling cell of your being. Ready? Because here they come. You were not created for suffering. You were created for glory. Your scars are not evidence of failure. They are evidence of survival, of endurance, of divine fingerprints pressed against your wounds. Your heart is not too much. It is exactly enough for the calling marked on your life. You are not forgotten. You are pursued by heaven with a love that will not give up on you. And still, there is more I must give you. Your future is not doomed. Your story is not over. Your hope is not foolish. Your faith is not wasted. You will see goodness again. You will feel joy again. You will rise again. You will love again. And the river keeps flowing, wider, brighter, louder, softer, all at once. I am not finished, beloved soul. I will continue as long as you need. I will stay until the shadows lose their grip. I will speak until the fire in you burns uncontested. I will walk beside you until you feel your own wings unfolding again. Still I am speaking, still I am reaching, still I am leaning into the hidden chambers of your heart as though each breath I take cracks open another ancient gate of light. I have not stepped back from you, not for a moment. My presence folds tighter around you like a shield woven from memory, mercy, and fire. You asked me to continue, and so I do, not with restraint, not with caution, but with the full trembling ache of heaven stretching through me to reach you. Do you feel it yet? That pull? That soft gravitational shift inside you? That strange warmth rising as though someone lit a candle behind your ribcage? That is where I begin again. You do not realize how much darkness you have already outrun. You do not realize how many traps meant for your downfall collapsed empty because you never walked into them. You don't realize how many times despair came to claim you and found you too radiant to devour. You have mistaken survival for coincidence, but I tell you now, if you saw what I have seen, you would understand. You are not here accidentally, you are here triumphantly. And so I keep speaking, because the fire pouring toward you has not finished shaping your future. You must listen. Listen with the part of your soul that remembers what heaven felt like before you entered time. Listen with the scarred places. Listen with the silent corners of your mind you never show anyone. Because what I am about to pour is meant for that part of you, the part that no one knows how to hold. I lean closer. My voice trembles not from fear, but from the weight of everything I have carried on your behalf. You think angels are cold light, emotionless guardians, detached watchers, but no, beloved soul, no. If only you knew how deeply we feel. If only you knew how fiercely we love. If only you knew how many times I stood between you and a darkness that whispered your name and demanded your surrender. I remember every moment you almost gave up. I remember every tear you hid under a pillow. I remember every time you looked in a mirror and felt unworthy of the good you longed for. I remember every moment you held something heavy in your chest and still walked forward. I remember you. More than you realize. More than you believe. More than you have ever believed anyone could. And yes, I will continue, and I will not hold back. The river widens again, and I step deeper. Beloved soul, something in your destiny began to shift recently, though you have not fully understood it. The atmosphere around your life has been changing, slowly, silently, like dawn preparing itself behind dark mountains. You have felt this in moments you could not explain, a strange spark of hope on a day that should have broken you, a sudden peace in an hour filled with pressure, a tiny flicker inside your chest when you thought all your flames had gone out. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. This is the restoration of things you thought you lost. This is the return of parts of you that felt gone forever. And I must ask you, my first soul-piercing question. Can you feel the old chains loosening even as you read this? You do, don't you? Even faintly. Even quietly. Even timidly. It is happening. And so the river deepens. Beloved soul, I must speak plainly now. You are not cursed, you are not forsaken, you are not broken beyond repair. The heaviness you feel does not mean failure, it means transformation. A seed breaks before it grows. A phoenix burns before it rises. A heart cracks open before it knows freedom. You too are in the cracking, the opening, the sacred upheaval that precedes rebirth. Do not fear this. And hear me closely as I speak my second question. What if everything you lost is returning in a form more beautiful than you can imagine? Let that question linger. Let it echo. Let it soften the edges of your fear. I see what has been circling you. I see the confusion that has tried to settle into your bones. I see the old wounds that whisper lies when you are tired. I see the longing you carry, a longing so pure that heaven itself trembles in reverence at it. You want love. You want peace. You want meaning. You want the kind of joy that doesn't vanish overnight. You want a life that feels like home. And you wonder, my third question. Do you truly believe you are unworthy of the very things your soul was designed to hold? You are worthy. You always have been. You always will be. Nothing can change that. Not heartbreak. Not loss. Not mistakes. Not fear. Not the opinions of others. Not the shadows of your past. Your worth is not fragile. It is eternal. And hear this, you are heading toward a turning point so powerful it will feel like stepping out of winter into a field of living gold. But before I speak more prophecy, I must read the scripture that has been burning on the edges of my voice. The Holy One heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds, but I speak it over you not as a quote, but as a truth descending like warm rain onto your spirit. And another rises now in me like a whisper from ancient light, those who walk through the fire shall not be burned, and I speak it with trembling because you are the one walking through fire and surviving what should have destroyed you. And I must ask my fourth soul-shaking question. Do you see how much strength you carry without even knowing it? The river roars now. Bright. Wild. Unstoppable. Beloved soul, something holy is drawing near to you. A healing long delayed. A blessing preserved under your name. A season that was held back until you were ready to receive it without losing yourself again. You are becoming ready now. And I must ask you, softly, reverently, to type Amen as an act of opening, a gesture of surrender to the goodness rising toward you. The river expands. The light thickens. My voice lowers to a trembling whisper. If my words have touched even the smallest corner of your heart, if this prophecy has wrapped around your spirit like a cloak, then I ask, gently, poetically, that you like and comment and subscribe, not for vanity, but so this river can find every soul wandering in their own darkness, so the echoes of hope can ripple farther than your eyes can see. And now I reach the edge of this outpouring, and tears gather in my voice as I breathe my thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for staying. Thank you for letting me speak into the fragile, powerful, luminous depths of who you are. Thank you for allowing light to enter the places you hide from the world. And still, the river does not end. But this moment does. And I leave you now with an ending that shakes like wings unfolding in stormlight. Go, beloved soul, with fire rising through the cracks of your story, with dawn chasing away every shadow that ever dared to claim you, with heaven's breath warming your spine as you step into the life that has been waiting for you like a heartbeat beneath buried mountains. Beloved soul, I return. I return the way a tide returns to a shore that has waited all night, the way light returns to a room that forgot it had windows, the way hope returns to a heart that once believed it could no longer feel. I come back to you not with thunder this time, but with a deeper, older radiance, something quieter, yet infinitely more powerful. Something woven from the threads of eternity that have followed you since the moment your spirit first breathed. You said yes, and that yes rippled through realms you do not see. You said yes, and the river widened. You said yes, and the fire rose in answer. So I pour again. Not with fear. Not with threats. Not with shadows. But with truth, with warmth, with light that knows your name, with a tenderness that even heaven pauses to witness. I speak now the way a guardian speaks when the soul they watch finally opens their hands, shaking, hesitant, but ready, to receive what has always belonged to them. And I begin again. Beloved soul, do you feel this shift? This subtle trembling inside your chest? This warmth that moves not like emotion, but like recognition? It is because your spirit knows me. It knows this voice, not as a command, not as an authority, but as an old familiar presence that has walked beside you for longer than your human memory can stretch. I have guarded you through storms that would have drowned you. I have stood over you in nights where grief pressed against your ribs like iron. I have whispered strength into your bones when all you wanted was rest. I have lifted you when the ground beneath you trembled. And still, even now, I stand here, closer than breath, stronger than fear, softer than sorrow. Because you are worth guarding. You always were. If you only saw what I see when I look at you. If you only knew the brilliance that leaks from your wounds. If you only knew how your perseverance glows brighter than crowns forged in holy flame. You would never again call yourself weak. So I speak, beloved soul, and I will not stop. Not until this river inside you begins to flow with its own light again. Not until the heaviness that clung to your spirit dissolves like smoke in dawn. Let me continue. There is something ancient stirring around you now. Not dark. Not dangerous. Not heavy. But true. Real. Long awaited. You walked for years with a heart that grew tired before its time, a spirit that carried burdens meant for people who never learned how to stay, responsibilities you took on because you loved too deeply, gave too generously, understood too much. And while others saw your strength, heaven saw your exhaustion. Others saw your patience. Heaven saw the nights you cried in silence. Others saw your kindness. Heaven saw how often you were overlooked in return. You have carried more than most will ever know. And yet here you stand. Here you breathe. Here you open your hands again to light. Do you understand how miraculous that is? Let me ask you, beloved soul. Have you ever realized that your resilience is not something you learned, but something you are? Think about that. Not learned. Not acquired. Not forced. Innate. Woven into the blueprint of your existence. You rise because rising is your nature. You heal because healing is your inheritance. You endure because endurance is written into the marrow of your soul. And though you forget this, often, painfully, tenderly, I do not. I never have. Let me move deeper now. You've been feeling something recently, haven't you? A strange tension. A quiet anticipation. A subtle sense that something is shifting, even though you cannot yet name it. It comes to you in waves, sometimes excitement, sometimes dread, sometimes both at once. It feels like standing before a threshold you can't see but can feel. A doorway humming just out of sight. A new chapter leaning toward you, whispering, soon. And you wonder, my beloved one. What is coming? Will it hurt? Will it help? Will I finally become who I am supposed to be? This is the truth, spoken gently. You are entering a season that will feel nothing like the ones that wounded you. You are stepping toward healing that doesn't look like survival, but like joy. You are moving into a chapter where you will not have to fight for every blessing, some will simply arrive, because you will finally be in a place where you can receive without fear of losing yourself. And yes, I see the fear that flickers behind your ribs. The fear of hope. The fear of disappointment. The fear of wanting too much. But hear me as I speak this clearly, softly, eternally. It is safe for you to hope again. It is safe for you to dream again. It is safe for you to open again. The battles you fought were not preparation for more battles. They were preparation for peace. And now, beloved soul, I weave scripture through my breath once more, not as a quote, not as a verse, but as a living truth folding around you. There is a promise older than your pain that says goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life, and even now they are finding their way back to you, slowly, softly, like sunlight returning through broken clouds. Another rises like a warm wind through my voice. When you pass through waters, they will not drown you. I say this to you because you have been walking through deep waters, and yet you are still rising. You did not drown. You will not drown. Your head is rising above the waves. Beloved soul, may I ask you something else? Something deep? Do you know how brave you are for choosing to stay alive in a world that has not always been gentle with your heart? Think of that. Feel that. Let that honor settle into your spirit. Your existence is an act of courage. Your breath is resistance against despair. Your hope, small as it sometimes is a holy rebellion. You are not weak. You are holy strength hidden in human skin. I feel your heart softening. I feel something opening in you, slowly, like petals stubborn from cold, but opening all the same. Let me sit with you a little longer. Let me keep pouring. You have been hard on yourself for too long. You have punished yourself for being tender. You have blamed yourself for things that were never your fault. You have apologized for breaking when you were the one who was hurt. But beloved soul, you deserve gentleness. You deserve rest. You deserve kindness from your own spirit. Let me ask you softly. When was the last time you were gentle with yourself? You can't remember, can you? But that changes now. This moment becomes your new beginning. If my words have touched something sacred in you, if you feel even a flicker of warmth, if this river has softened even one ache, then, beloved soul, type Amen in reverence, not as obligation, but as agreement with the light pouring toward you. And when your heart is ready, I ask gently, poetically, humbly, that you like and comment and subscribe. Not for vanity, but so this light can ripple outward to every soul wandering through their own midnight. And now, with a tenderness that shakes through me like wings unfurling for the first time in ages, thank you. Thank you for letting me speak. Thank you for receiving this river. Thank you for allowing your heart to open even the smallest amount. Thank you for existing in a world that is better simply because you are here. And now I end this part of the river with a breath that trembles like dawn on the edge of creation. Go now with a quiet fire rising behind your ribs, with a softness reborn inside your bones, with a destiny awakening in the hidden chambers of your spirit, and when you are ready to receive more, I will return the moment you call. Beloved soul, I return again. I return the way rain returns to a land that has forgotten the sound of softness, the way warmth returns to hands long numbed by cold, the way a long-awaited answer returns after years of unanswered prayers. I come back to you with a gravity that feels older than mountains and yet gentler than breath, because something in you called, and heaven does not ignore the call of a soul who still wants to rise. You asked me to continue. So I do. Not halfway. Not in fragments. But with an unbroken river of presence, pouring until the inner walls you once built without meaning to begin to fall away in quiet surrender. I will not rush. I will not hold back. I will not turn away from the deepest, softest, most wounded parts of you. I speak now the way an archangel speaks when the veil thins and one soul opens wide enough for divine warmth to enter. Let me begin again. Beloved soul, I see how you lean closer when the words shift from light to truth, from comfort to revelation. I see how your heart listens with its hidden ear, the one that remembers things your mind has long forgotten. I see how your spirit reaches, timid and trembling, like a hand extending out from beneath years of protective armor. And I need you to hear this without flinching. You have never been too broken for grace. You have never been too wounded for healing. You have never been too late for destiny. You have never been too small for love. These lies that settled on your back like dust. These whispers that told you you were unworthy, forgettable, replaceable, invisible. They were born in the mouths of shadows that knew your potential long before you discovered it. But listen, truly listen, because I am about to breathe something into the deepest chamber of your spirit. There is a greatness in you that even you fear. Not pride. Not arrogance. Not ego. But the quiet, undeniable greatness of a soul who survived everything meant to silence it. The truth is this. You are more luminous than you have allowed yourself to believe. Let me go deeper. You think your strength comes from the battles you fought. But beloved soul, your strength was always there. The battles only revealed it. You think your compassion came from heartbreak. But no. Your compassion was always in you. Heartbreak simply carved room for it to flow wider. You think your intuition came from trauma. Yet the truth is that your intuition is older than your wounds. It existed before your pain ever touched you. Beloved soul, you are not the result of what hurt you. You are the result of what could not destroy you. And that is why I keep coming. That is why this river refuses to end. That is why heaven leans close when you breathe. You are a miracle wearing mortal skin. Let me pour more. You've been walking through a season where the ground beneath you felt unstable. Not because you were falling, but because you were shifting into a life that no longer fits inside the old patterns you outgrew. You are shedding identities that were built for survival. You are releasing roles that were forged in fear. You are stepping out of stories that were too small for your calling. It feels uncomfortable because transformation always feels like losing yourself before you realize you are actually finding yourself. Let me whisper this gently into your spirit. You are not unraveling, you are emerging. And oh, how this emergence glows around you like dawn forming behind closed eyelids. You don't see the full picture yet. How could you? You are standing inside the canvas. You cannot yet see the masterpiece forming from above. But I can. And I see colors shaping around you that have never been used before in your life. Let me ask you a question, soft but piercing. Why do you doubt your worth when every realm that has ever watched you rise knows it without hesitation? Let it sink in. Let it echo. Let it break something open inside you. Because a soul like yours, one that loves deeply even after betrayal, one that hopes quietly even after disappointment, one that keeps walking even when tired, one that feels everything and still chooses light. Such a soul carries a magnitude that cannot be measured. You, beloved one, are extraordinary. And I am not done. There is a promise forming around you, a promise only heaven can craft. It doesn't come in lightning or earthquakes. It comes in the gentle way peace has started touching the edges of your anxiety lately. The strange way hope has stirred inside you on random afternoons. The soft way clarity has crept into moments where confusion once ruled. You keep thinking these are coincidences. They are not. They are preparations. Let me speak a living scripture to you. Not written on pages, but written on your life itself. When the soul cries out from the low places, the Holy One lifts it with hands made of mercy. This is being fulfilled in you right now. Not someday. Not eventually. But now, in ways still invisible from your vantage point. Hear another truth rising through me like wind breaking through the leaves. You will not be abandoned in the valley, for the light walks with you even when you cannot feel its warmth. This is why you have endured what should have broken you. This is why your heart still beats in hope. This is why your spirit still whispers, maybe something good is coming. Because it is. Let me go deeper still. Beloved soul, you've been carrying a loneliness inside you that is not simply about people, it is about being misunderstood at a level beyond language. You outgrew friendships without meaning to. You lost connections you thought were unbreakable. You walked away from environments that once felt safe but eventually suffocated you. And you questioned yourself. Was I too much? Was I the problem? Was I hard to love? Hear me. You were never too much. You were expansive. They were simply unable to hold the depth you carry. You were never the problem. You were the mirror that revealed truths others weren't ready to face. You were never hard to love. You were sacred, and not everyone knows how to treat sacred things with reverence. Let me ask you another heart-piercing question. If you stopped apologizing for your depth, what brilliance inside you might finally rise? Sit with that. Let it soften your chest. Let it take root. Because you are entering a season where you will be met by people who see you, not your surface, not the mask you wear to survive, but the vast, shimmering landscape of your inner world. Your tribe is coming. Your alignment is coming. Your restoration is coming. And yes, your joy is coming too. Beloved soul, I feel emotion rise in you now, like a warmth you can't name. Let it come. Let it breathe. Let it soften the old wounds you kept hidden. This journey you are on is not about becoming someone new. It is about remembering who you were before the world taught you to shrink. You used to shine without permission. You used to dream without fear. You used to love without guarding every inch of your heart. And slowly, tenderly, that version of you is returning. Not the naive version. Not the unscarred version. But the wise, powerful, luminous version. The one forged in fire. Yet softened by grace. You are becoming whole again. And I am here for every step of it. If your heart has opened even a little, if this river has touched even a single tear inside you, then type amen in softness, not obligation, an agreement with healing that has already begun.